Hello student. In our previous lecture, we have discussed how to solve the numericals based upon molar mass of solute by using Van 't Hoff equation. Let us see the Van 't Hoff derivation. That is nothing but derivation of Van 't Hoff equation. When non-volatile solute is added to the solvent, the activity of solvent is lowered, whereas by raising the pressure on the solution, the activity of solvent is increased. Van 't Hoff showed that for dilute solution, the osmotic pressure pi is directly proportional to the concentration, that is, pi is equal to CRT. Here C is the concentration. Above equation is called as Van 't Hoff equation for osmotic pressure. Let us see the diagram which show the osmotic pressure apparatus. As shown in a diagram, it contains two compartments. Right hand side compartment contains pure solvent which is separated by semi-permeable membrane to the solution compartment, that is the left hand side compartment. Solution is made up of solute plus solvent, thereby pressure is decreased, which is shown by applied pressure. Let us see the procedure. We know that at a equilibrium, chemical potential mu or free energy per mole G bar of a solvent A will be same on both sides of the membrane. As shown in above diagram, consider the solvent in a pure solvent compartment 1 is at a constant temperature and is not subject to any pressure change or solute addition. Thus, d mu A for pure solvent is equal to 0. In terms of free energy, d G bar A pure solvent is equal to 0. Equation number 1. Consider the solvent in a solution compartment 2 is at a constant temperature. It is subject to any pressure change or addition of a solute. The free energy change as a result of change in a x1. Assuming ideal behavior will be given as RTD ln x1 due to the pressure change dP. The free energy change will be V bar A into dP, where V bar A is a partial molar volume. Therefore, the total change in a compartment 2 is d G bar A is equal to V bar A into dP plus RTD ln x1. We know at equilibrium d G bar A is equal to 0, that is our equation number 1. Putting this value in above equation, we get V bar A into dP is equal to minus RTD ln x1. Next, integrating above equation within the limits x1 is equal to 1 to x1 and pressure P final to P initial respectively, we get V bar A in bracket P final minus P initial bracket complete is equal to minus RTD ln x1. It is our equation number 2. Now, the excess pressure is the osmotic pressure pi. x1 is equal to 1 minus x2, and since for a dilute solution x2 is very less than x1, therefore in a x1 is equal to minus x2. Putting this value in equation 2, we get V bar A pi is equal to minus RT ln x1. Now, Multiplying both sides of the equation by n1, we get n1 v bar a into pi is equal to n1 rt ln x2. n1 v bar a pi is equal to v pi and x2 is equal to n2 upon n1 plus n2. Putting this value in above equation, we get v pi is equal to rt n2 upon n1 plus n2 into n1. But for a dilute solution, n2 is very less than n1. We get again equation v pi is equal to rt n2 upon n1 multiplied by n1. So here n1 is present in a numerator and denominator get cancelled and we get new equation, that is v pi is equal to rt into n2. Now rearranging the equation, pi is equal to rt n2 divided by v. We know n2 by v is equal to c, that is nothing but concentration. When number of moles of solute dissolve in a volume of solution, we get a concentration. By using this equation, pi is equal to CRT. The above equation is called Van 't Hoff equation for osmotic pressure. Van 't Hoff equation, we have Van 't Hoff equation, that is pi is equal to CRT, where C is equal to concentration in terms of moles per liter of the solution or molarity of the solution. This equation is essentially valid only for dilute solution. So student, I hope today you are getting how to derive the Van 't Hoff equation. If you have any query regarding this topic, contact me personally. Thank you.